Hola, comadres. It's your Tuesday pep talk, and today I'm here to talk about pineapples and anxiety. Why pineapples? Well, just because I wore my pineapple earrings today, and I just think they're some of my favorites, and they're really cute. And I actually got these at a market sale, and the girl who created them said she makes everything out of scraps and out of trash. So, something that we think it should just be discarded, maybe it's going to turn into something beautiful, like a pineapple. And a lot of our experiences are like that too. They don't look that great at the beginning. Sometimes we have a challenge, a frustration. We want them to be different than they were. We don't see the potential. And whoever made these pineapple earrings, they saw the potential in whatever little pieces of plastic and beads and wire they had and created something that is giving lasting joy. Pineapples just always make me happy. I don't know. I even have some pineapples on my nails today. I don't know if you could see them. These are from my friend that sells Color Street. She's like, try them out. I know you like pineapples. So yeah. So pineapples, they have a time, they have a season. You cannot consume them before they're ripe, and if you wait until they're overripe, you missed it. So, there's so many things in our life that we're waiting for it to happen. We're anticipating, we're expecting, and sometimes we might miss the moment, when that pineapple was ripe. And so I was thinking about today, what are some things that come up that we just have to experience in the moment? And so, like I said, I was going to talk about pineapples and anxiety. Well, that was my pineapple talk, but anxiety is just like it comes up. It's not planned. It just comes up, it rises up, and can really cause us some trouble. And what I try to look at is how much emotional real estate am I going to give to this current state of feeling? Like, I don't ever mind when I'm happy, when I'm joyful, when I'm silly, when I'm going through other emotions. The emotions that I try to avoid are sadness, anxiety, and anger, because those are all going to cost me something, and they're going to cost me something that I don't feel like paying at that moment. But the reality is how bad the cost is or how long it's going to last. A lot of that is going to be dictated by how I react to it. If I can just accept a wave of anxiety coming in for whatever reason, I don't have to know the reason. I don't have to understand it. If I try to analyze it, sometimes I just give it more time and more attention, or I can just look at it like a breeze flying through, like just a short storm, a rainy day storm, like whatever it is, like a sunny day storm. Like you have everything's going along, and all of a sudden you're like, whoa, what happened? The pressure change, the atmospheric pressure, the barometric pressure, all those little weather things. But we have pretty much a weather system in our emotions as well. Sometimes it's sunny, it's bright, it's going well. And other times there's thunder, there's lightning, there's all kinds of unexpected things that come up. I lived for 2 years in Abilene, Texas, and that's West Texas. And one of the things that there are out there is sometimes there's a dust storm. And I was not prepared for what a dust storm was going to be. It was just like you get dirt in your eyes, like even if you're wearing glasses, you will get dirt in your eyes. It's an unexpected phenomenon. And I'm going to say, like, anxiety is also an unexpected phenomenon. Our subconscious is keeping a bunch of information all the time. And there's times when then that goes to our conscious state, that subconscious thought goes to our conscious state, and people, situations, circumstances, different things can trigger our anxiety. And we didn't see it coming, but it just came all the same. So one of the things that I try to look at is it's here, but it doesn't have to stay all day. It's an unwanted visitor, but the more I fight it, the longer it stays. If I'm able to be in the moment and just say, I feel really anxious right now, that is so much more healthy than trying to deny it, trying to hide it, trying to hold it in. we were doing some discussing, I don't know, something I had posted yesterday on my Instagram stories about bad dreams, anxiety dreams, and looking at the crazy, crazy stuff sometimes that we dream. And they're ridiculous situations and scenarios. However, they are extremely realistic. And it really seems like that thing could happen, whatever it was in the crazy dream. And so I was thinking, why is my mind torturing me like this? Why is my mind tormenting me that everything I've ever worried about gets written into a plot for one dream? And I wake up, discombobulated and freaked out. And I was thinking about like have a little discussion with some friends through the Instagram stories about, do you ever get those crazy dreams? And kind of like, how do you react? How do you help yourself? And at first I was thinking, oh my gosh, I want to turn off my brain. I don't want it to be cooking up these ridiculous stories that are going to have me waking up feeling all freaked out. And I was thinking, well, is my brain really tormenting me, or is it helping me? Am I thinking of all the what ifs and all the ridiculosity in the dream so that I can then wake up and say, oh my gosh, none of that shit happened. None of that happened. It seems really real at the time, right? It seems so real and it's happening in the moment. But when I wake up and I can either choose, I'm going to stay in that emotional state, I'm going to get stuck there, or I'm going to look at what can I do to move forward. Yesterday, when I was having that anxiety dream, I started putting some ideas into my stories and some of you responded. And it was a blessing to me because it helped me to know that I'm not the only one that has those crazy dreams and that a lot of you can relate to that. And I think all of us, we have our own internal psychological dream life. And dream life, sometimes we remember dreams, sometimes we don't, but our brain is going 24/7. And it's got the fuel that it has is what we've been feeding it. So if I'm going to put a lot of stock and put a lot of store into some upset times that I've had, I may still be upset in my sleep, and that's okay. It takes whatever amount of time for that system to go through. We cannot will it to stop raining. We cannot will it when the water's too high. We can't just say, okay, that's done. We're not going to go into flood stage. It's going to keep coming, right? Well, our emotional storms are like that too. We don't get to schedule the start, the stop. We don't always know what direction it's going to take. But if we can have some tools, some techniques to help ourselves when those rough times come up, they don't have to last so long and we don't have to have that anxiety hangover. Yes, I woke up discombobulated, but it did not give me a hangover like for the day to feel like everything's going to go wrong and every bad thing that could possibly happen, it's definitely going to happen. I was able to process it, express it, and release it. And that's what it takes, being able to process, express, and release. The more I try to hold that down, the more likely it is to spray out everywhere. Those of you that are in Project Poderosa, I did my live last week on how to help yourself when strong emotions come up. The month before was about fear. And I think of anxiety and what is anxiety but fear? Anxiety is like the combination where we are inventorying. Our brain is inventorying everything that could possibly go wrong and is just becoming more and more convinced that all that is true. When we're feeling anxiety, we're not in our rational state. So to tell yourself, oh, that isn't really going to happen, may not help in the moment, but to be able to be present to where you are, to be present to how you are, to look for what are the ways that I can help myself through this. I don't have to stay stuck here. This is not a permanent situation. So that's sometimes what I'll tell myself when things are going great. Awesome. When they're not, I also tell myself this too shall pass. I know I've shared with y'all before, sometimes it helps me to turn my emotions when I can say nothing has gone wrong here. I can overcome this. There are resources. I don't have to know the answer to that right now. And I know a lot of us are going through change. I know a lot of families are still in that getting back to school time, going back to work for the first time, your kids going to school for the first time. I've been seeing so many pictures of children from pre-K all the way to grad school. Hey, Jenny, I saw you yesterday on Miss Chella Diaries. I saw that you are starting grad school. That was exciting. So whenever we have these upticks in anxiety, it's very often change is coming. Change is scary, change is rough, but you're up to it. So whatever you're feeling today, feel it, express it, release it. Look for your successes, look for your joy. Look at how resilient you are. Bad stuff has happened to you, every one of us, and you're still here, you're still standing, you're still moving forward. So we can face challenges that come up. We have each other, we have resources, and most of all, we have ourselves. We have our history, we have our experience, and it can be hard sometimes to trust yourself, to see the rational side of things, and that's a good time to talk to somebody else. Call a comadre, connect with someone. Thanks for joining me today here on Comadre Connection. We'll be on Zoom on Wednesday. Hope to get to see you there. Take care of yourself, and when your anxiety goes up, remember, this will not last forever. I can get through this. Have a great day, everybody.